fear feels bigger than my faith, and struggles steal my breath away. When my back's pressed up against the wall, with the weight of my worry stacked up tall, you're strong enough to hold it all. I will cast my cares on you. You're the anchor of my hope, the only one who's in control. I will
But we have such a powerful testimony from some of our brothers and sisters, and we'd like to share earnestly. We'd like to invite our brother Timothy Payne, who has a powerful testimony. He was deployed to the birthplace of the Taliban, where he called the birth of evil, and he volunteered to cleanse the evil after 9/11. He was a leader, and he worked with the Infantry Squad. Lord touched him so powerfully that he has an amazing testimony that he would like to share the gist of that testimony. And in fact, he's got a book here, The Squad Leader's Bargain by Timothy Payne. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's welcome our brother and friend, Timothy Payne.
Thank you so much. So you guys can just go ahead and keep on eating, and I'll talk about what drove me to join the military in the first place. And I graduated high school in 2001, and I was getting ready to go to school to make movies and write stories, but then in September 9/11 happened, and I saw the World Trade Centers go down, and I just knew that I had to do something about it.
Cast my cares, I will. Cast my cares, I will. Cast my cares on you.
In 2011, I was deployed to Afghanistan, and I've always lived by a certain set of values that pretty much carried me in my whole career. And I didn't realize that I was getting built up for something bigger. Like, I never was a believer in Jesus Christ until July 1st, or actually no, it was actually last year when I actually gave Jesus my heart. But he saved me so many times, and I've denied him so many times, just like Peter did. In January 2011, I received orders for Afghanistan, and it was my third tour, and I read a report called The Last Patrol, and this report detailed how many people that we were expected to lose. And going through it, I was expected to lose half of my men, and so it was 50% of the guys were going to be expected casualties. And, oh my God, I was like, I'm going to lose like half my guys, and I'm going to die too. I was like, hey God, man, if you're really out there, why don't you just kill me instead of my men? So 4 months later, our company became combat ineffective, meaning that we couldn't patrol out in the field anymore. And at this point in time, all the squads sustained casualties except my squad. And I just thought that I was just a really amazing leader, and I was just doing what I was trained to do. And after the battle, we were checking our soldiers to make sure that people weren't injured, and just didn't realize it, because with adrenaline, you don't know if you're injured, because it's like everything's happening so fast. And so with one of my team leaders, as he was checking his guys, he stepped on an IED and it didn't blow up. And so it was like two things happened. And then 2 hours later, we got into another engagement, and we fought through it and didn't lose anybody. As soon as we got back to the base, a different squad took over, and as soon as they got out into the area, they lost 2 guys. So I was like, wow, man, I'm like the only squad that didn't lose any soldiers. This is pretty amazing. And then the next day, we got attacked on the base. As soon as we got attacked on the base, everybody mounted up on the wall and just looked for the bad guys to engage them. And everyone's shooting off in different directions as bullets were coming in right at us. And I was yelling at my soldiers to scan for bad guys, to find them and take them out, because we were receiving a lot of fire. And I was looking, and I found one. I saw one, and I ended up taking his life. As soon as I killed this man, that's when this invisible presence came at me, and it was like, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And I was like, why am I thinking about this? Because I didn't believe in Jesus. I'm working out, and I'm like, this thought is just playing over and over again in my head, and I'm like, why am I thinking about some sort of medieval sword stuff? I was like, is this God? And the next reply to my mind was like, yes. I'm like, oh shoot. I was like, yo man, don't shoot me. Or I mean, don't kill me. Why don't you just shoot me? And he was like, no. I was like, oh crap. I was like, why don't you take one of my legs instead? And he was like, no, you're gonna pay for what you've done. You killed your last man. And I was like, please, I'll do whatever you want. I'll read the word and spread the word. It doesn't matter. You can take both of my legs. Day, the command was like, hey, we're not doing patrols anymore. We're just going to be hanging out, but you got to go out there tomorrow where you shot that guy, because we're going to blow up those positions. So as soon as we walked down this path, told him to set up this mine, and then I walked back to our source position, and I asked the sniper who was with us, I'm like, hey man, you good to go? And he's like, yeah. So I walked back towards my soldiers, and then I felt that presence come at me again, and it said, get ready. And I was looking at the ground, I'm like, what the heck? And then boom! Then I got blown up. As soon as I got blown up,